Today on Riffs, Spirits, and Gear, we check out my KSR modified Revision G dual rectifier. You guys know I love me some dual rectifiers. I love me some triple rectifiers. I love me some rectifiers. Well, the final frontier is going into the world of modded amps. And for me, when I think of, you know, like just really modern, just like really forward-thinking, brilliant, handsome guys, I think of Kyle Rhodes from KSR Amps. So Kyle is an old friend of mine, and I had recently acquired, this is earlier this year, I had recently acquired a one-owner 1996 Rev G dual rectifier with, you know, original tubes, and it was in its original box. Now, inherently, this isn't a particularly rare amp. They made tens of thousands of these things. However, it is pretty rare to find one in basically new old stock condition. And I thought, you know, it would be cool if I could finally get a modded rectifier from Kyle. And I texted Kyle and I threatened him, and he agreed to modify my amplifier. Okay, so what exactly did Kyle do to this amplifier? Well, let's go over the mods the best that I can re-explain them. And to use Kyle's words, he restructured the gain staging and the gain itself. It's a little bit more efficient. It's a lot more dynamic. It feels a lot tighter. This is most apparent in the tone stack for the EQ section. The low end, for example, on the red modern channel, the low end dials in kind of more like a Marshall 800 than a rectifier. It doesn't flub out, and you're not out of low end by the time you get to like 11 o'clock. You can go all the way up, so you definitely don't want to dial with your eyes. You just want to use your ears, but you can go quite a ways up with the low end and be totally fine, which is wild because this is a rectifier. You normally can't do that kind of thing. Now backing up a little bit, the vintage orange channel is where Kyle did the most amount of work. He made it very, very usable. It's also been defizzed, and he also added a depth knob on the back that is only effective for the orange modern channel, because the red channel takes out the negative feedback loop entirely, so the depth knob does not work on the red channel, which is totally fine. But it's very, very useful. It's like a 5150 resonance style knob for the orange channel when you're in the dirty mode, which is just fabulous. And last but not least, there is a bias mod on the back, so I can put in any power tubes I want on this thing, and it just, I don't know, the overall feeling of the amplifier is fast, it's tight, it's percussive. It's like if a Badlander was made 25 years ago. That's what this sounds like. It sounds, I don't know, it kind of sounds a little bit like an Angle, I guess, just as lack of a description. A modified SLO maybe, something like that. I'm so happy with this mod, and it was well worth the wait. And the pile of parts that Kyle took out also came with the amp, which is pretty funny. A couple of pots, a bunch of capacitors and resistors and all that kind of stuff. But at any rate, this thing is a fire-breathing machine, and I don't feel the need to grab an overdrive at all. It's just, it's so damn good and articulate, and it is just, it's the rectifier of my dreams, honestly. It's so incredible. If you would like your amp modded, specifically your rectifier modded by Kyle at KSR, feel free to drop him a line. He might mod it for you. He might not, but tell him Fluff sent you, and then tell him I will say nice things to him if he does mod your amp for you. I will link down below in the description to the KSR website. And with that, you've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. If you liked the video you just watched, please consider subscribing. And if you want to further support me and what I do, consider using some of the affiliate links down below in the description of this video. Go on over to Sweetwater, buy yourself something, and help me out at the same time. It's a win-win for both of us.